If your social media feed is anything like mine, you have seen this brand floating around there. And I asked them to send me a few products, which they have, and we're going to dive in and give a little first impressions review. Hi, I'm Kezia, and my goal on the internet is to make lower footprint, sustainable living feel a bit less complicated and a bit more budget friendly. And what we put on our body and use on our skin and in the bathroom can have a huge effect on our impact, sustainability, and impact on our own health even. With Dime claiming to help with that journey, I thought we would do a little review. You will see in the caption there's a Dime partner hashtag. The way that they give away free product is by me being a partner. So that tag is saying that this product was gifted. It is not my endorsement of the brand. I have not tried it yet. That is what we're going to do today. The other thing about being a partner, which I really love, is they say you must not wear any makeup or use any filters or editing when you are filming. So I am coming to you with no filter, no editing. I do love that they require that. So that's what you're getting today. When I look at a brand, there are kind of two different sides of looking at a brand, on paper and then in real life. So with seeing Dime all over the place, I thought, I'm going to look into this brand. And then earlier in the year, when the B Corporation skincare brand Beauty Counter went down, they were doing great things in terms of sustainable and safe skincare and really pushing that forward with legislation as well. See what went wrong here. I wanted to look into some other options for the thousands of people that had used that brand. And so I thought, I wonder what Dime is like. So you go on their website and we begin to see some pieces of the puzzle. A brand will never make it for me to the in real life test if it doesn't pass the on paper test. What you see there is them saying they're a clean and effective brand, a lot of things about EWG. They have a 10-point promise. So they're saying that they are, formulated transparently. They tell you what's in their products, which is great. They're esthetician developed, that they're sustainable. They use glass, paper, recyclable, compostable materials. We will circle back to my experience, which may not be that. I have two notes about the on-paper test. One is that they say that they're an EWG partner, or one of their 10 points is being EWG verified. The Environmental Working Group database is a great one for getting a bit more information. I don't think it's the be-all and end-all of what's a good product or not, but it can be helpful for us as consumers to see what the ingredients are that are in products and how safe they might be. They also then have a verification program. So they don't automatically verify everything that kind of hits a certain standard. You have to buy that certification if your product hits the standard. So it's like if my kids are good swimmers and they want to get a swimming badge to sew on their swim towel. Did you do that when you were kids? They might be a certain swim standard. They don't just get sent a badge in the mail. I have to pay to put them through a swim class and for them to take that swim test, then they get the badge if they're good enough. And that's kind of how the EWG verification works. Not everything they do is EWG verified. It might be the standard, but they don't have that. So they do kind of cross-link their products, which I think is really helpful, but I think the EWG partner part might be a little misleading. My other point in my on-paper look at them is that they say ethical in a few places. If you Google Dime Beauty Ethical, you will see lots of bloggers say this is an ethical brand. What does that mean? I asked Dime and I got back a very generic response. There are many concerns with ingredients that go in skincare and makeup products, and if they're minerals, who's mining them? What's the impact of these ingredients? So I needed a little bit better than that. I have pushed, I think I'm 6 emails deep, and I finally got back that they have taken it to a product development team and they're going to get back to my questions. So jury's out on that one, we will see. I also asked them about third-party testing, which they say they do, sending product off to be tested for contamination, for many different things you would test for. Now, the fact that they're third-party tested doesn't actually mean anything. What were the results? What were they testing for? What levels did they get? Were they safe levels? Are they publishing results? We don't know. Probably indication of a good thing, but there isn't the evidence for that. So we will wait to see. Stay tuned on that. Let's dive in. So this is what they sent my 3 products in. They let me choose 3 products. This is what they came in. So very much not compostable paper, recycled materials or anything like that. I don't know how that happened. Dime is based in the US, but recently started shipping worldwide, which is why I was interested to try them. And I got 3 different things. The first thing I got was a perfume, which is verified by EWG, and they list all their ingredients, which is actually quite rare. And that is the first thing that made me look at Dime. I went, not everyone's doing this. I want to know more. Then I got TBT Serum, Turn Back Time Serum, which I did open for Instagram but haven't tried. And then I got a TBT Cream, so a night cream. These are comparable to things that I would use all the time from other brands, so we're gonna try them. My initial, having seen them a lot on Instagram, they're kind of like a mid to high end brand, very clean aesthetic. They were a little more simple and kind of cutesy when they arrived in the packaging than I expected. Not a knock at all, but I just kind of noted the packaging was a little less high end than I thought. Nothing, not wrong. It was just an observation. So we'll start with this serum, and we've got a paper packaging, and then a nice glass bottle. And this is mandelic acid and peptides. I think it's got niacinamide, so that's going to help with dark spots. This is an anti-aging ingredients, a leave-on exfoliant that helps reduce the signs of aging and promotes radiant, tight, and bright skin. So it recommends 3 to 5 drops to help with fine lines and dark spots and general brightness of appearance. It says apply it daily, morning and night. So it's a kind of cloudy but clear in terms of no color serum. I think that's 5 drops and 0 smell. I think it actually says free of fragrance. Everything is free of parabens, phthalates, BPAs, BPS, fragrance. I think that's the list. But we've got, it's kind of thin. So not like a thick serum, and it doesn't feel oily. It's more watery. It goes on somewhere between a light oil and a watery gel. So it's light in how it goes on. I put 5 drops. I would say 5 can just get my face and neck. I might have done a few more than 5 to get my full face and neck. It's not sticky, rubs in nicely, and it makes my skin feel just hydrated, not like, a lot on there. Probably how a serum should be. It's not a moisturizer, is it? My skin feels nicely hydrated with 5 drops of that. No smell, no stickiness, feels nicely smooth. There it is. That's that, morning and night. We'll circle back to price point for these things and my thoughts on that, but I think that's gonna be one of my big takeaways, I think, on Dime. So we've got that. Then the cream. So this would be a night cream. I have to use a moisturizer every night or my skin gets too dry, and this one's got bakuchiol in. I've used bakuchiol from a number of different brands. The Dime products do come with actives, which I like. It's not kind of just an oil. It's actually got the peptides, the bakuchiol, niacinamide. So if we want a bit more active skincare that's hydrating and moisturizing, but actually kind of doing something to really help our skin, I do like, that's another reason I looked at Dime. And again, it's free from fragrance, not smelling anything, and I would say it's like a mid to heavy weight moisturizer. So I really feel like I'm putting something onto my skin. It's like a thick silk, not too oily, definitely not a watery cream. Like a thick silky cream. Yeah, that is definitely the kind of thing I want for night. For day during the winter, it would probably be a bit too much for me during summer. It does say it's to be used at night, typically. I would definitely use that in winter during the day though. That's really nice. That feels great on my skin in the little glass pot. Okay, so let's look at some price point pieces. This is £39. In the US, I think it is $40. So £39, $40. If we compare that with another one of my favorites from the last 5 years, Evolve actually comes in cheaper in the UK at £34. But in the US, Evolve is much more expensive at $47, either through Credo or Evolve. And an RMS moisturizer, a similar bakuchiol moisturizer, smaller size, is way more expensive. So I would say the price point feels right in line for the products and what they are and their kind of sustainability and formulation, but it's going to depend what country you're in as to whether on the skincare there's something comparable at a better price. In the US, I think these are far more attractive in terms of price. Let's try the perfume. So this being EWG verified was what made me look at Dime, because it is so rare to see perfume where every ingredient in the perfume is labeled. It's often a place brands can put whatever they want in and not label it. But I saw that Dime was putting everything on the website. They use natural ingredients and also safe synthetics, which I'm fine with. I think that's often the best way to meet sustainability and safety standards, is to do a blend. And it does say manufacturing occurs in the US with ethical and eco-friendly suppliers. So who knows what that means, but it's either marketing or they're doing something. They're cruelty-free and vegan, as is everything. Everything is Leaping Bunny certified and vegan. Okay, so we've got a nice matte glass bottle, and the website describes this as a warm vanilla lavender, and I would say it's not too anything, which is, it doesn't immediately make my head hurt. I haven't worn perfume for years because it started to make my head hurt. Then I learned more about what can be in it, and I just thought it's easier to just bypass the whole thing than to try and find a good one and pay for it. So I just haven't worn perfume. Then earlier this year, Beauty Counter, that same one that disappeared, came out with a line of transparent, sustainable EWG verified perfumes. They are no longer, which is why I began to look at other brands that were doing the same thing. It's like a little bit floral, a little bit fruity, not too anything, a bit musky, which I think is one of the low bottom notes. It's like a light floral fruity. It's kind of nice. It's not a, oh wow, it's amazing to me, but it's also not a turn off, which so many perfumes are. So that is that one. On price, this retails at $55, I think. We've got 52, so $52. And now a comparable one I would say would be Henry Rose. You can get them on Credo or via Henry Rose in the US. And the same size, a 50 ml, retails for $120. So Henry Rose may have things that Dime doesn't have, but if we're just comparing EWG verified and transparent for 50 ml of a 50 ml size, this is less than half the price of the Henry Rose. So I would say that's a big win there. We see the same kind of price comparison in the UK. Able perfumes are one I really like for transparency and sustainability. An Able perfume of this size is about £140 or $180. So while we don't know any of the big sustainability pieces and the big ethics pieces, in terms of ingredient safety, it's quite a big win for the price. So that's that. Only this one is the verified one. So just point to note. Obviously, we can't judge skincare in an instant. We want it to do something. In the moment, I actually love how it made my skin feel and how it was going on. I love that there was very little smell. We also want to see skincare over time and how we feel like it impacts our skin through the day and through the night and, you know, as time goes on. And with perfume, I want to know, can I still smell it tonight? How does it affect me? You know, but for my on paper test, I feel like Dime is at least an option worth looking at. The price point and what you have comparable where you are is definitely going to affect how attractive it is. And then different things are different price point wins. So the perfume seems like a real price point win. The skincare is going to depend what else you have at what price where you are. But I would say in the US, they're doing pretty well. The other thing I really appreciated, which is I think one of their 10 Dime difference points, is the simplicity. We can look for really great skincare that's safe, it has the ethics and the sustainability, and it can get overwhelming. So when brands are doing something good, however much good they're doing, however much better they are, when brands are doing that and making it simple, I do have an appreciation for that because it makes it accessible and possible for people. So everything is kind of the clean, sleek look, but their site is quite simple. So you can put in your skin concern. They're on a billion products, which I love. They keep it simple. Everything is returnable. In general, I think it could be a brand well worth looking at for a lot of people. What we need for our skin and our values and our price point is so different for everybody. But if you are looking for a better formulated, more sustainable brand that feels approachable, I think Dime could be a great option to look at. Obviously, you're going to need to compare the price point in your area. I think in England, I would say there are a number of options out there that maybe have more of the answers on the ethics and sustainability than I see from Dime. In the US, at this price point, while there are brands that have more information on the sustainability and the ethics, at this price, I think they are a really good contender. Would I like to see more information on ethics and sustainability? Absolutely. I love that they have ethical and eco-friendly suppliers. I love that things are in glass and plastic and recycled materials. I would like to see more on that, and I think there are brands doing more on that, but I think they're formulating really well. We've got the Leaping Bunny, we've got the free from all of these different things, we've got the EWG cross-linking and the verification on the vast majority of their products, which I think is a really great help for people. They've got some third-party testing. I would like to know what it is. So they're doing a lot right. I have some questions, but I think they could be a really good fit for a number of people. I meant to say, there is a 20% off code below. Like I said, that's not my long-term endorsement of a brand. There are many brands out there that are great. They gave me the code and it's there. I think on paper, and now having tested them just once for a moment, I would definitely say it's a brand worth testing out. There you go. Feel free to drop any questions in the comments. And if you want to stick around, I will put the video here that is all about what on earth happened to Beautycounter. That will be here. And then YouTube will load here whatever it thinks would be the best video for you from my library. And you can hit the subscribe button too if you want weekly videos on approaching sustainability from a family perspective, making it less overwhelming and a bit more budget friendly. I'll see you in another video sometime soon.